Okay, so now application material. That's what we would like to talk to you about, and my colleagues here will help us to clarify those issues. Those are the points that you will ask it to be filling those, when you fill the application, those are the things that you need to fill. Number one is the personal statement, essay, which we will talk about it in each one in detail in a little bit. Previous research experience, proposed plan for research essay, description of completed graduate study, 3 letters of recommendation, transcript, GRE. Can you see they said highly recommended? It is not required, but it's highly recommended, which means it does affect your application. When we don't see it in some application, we feel there is a reason behind it, and kind of the reviewer do not like to see that, but that's the way NSF put it. Highly recommended, and for some panelists, it's extremely important. So keep this in mind when you apply. Everything is submitted online, so it's very easy to submit. So now, okay, when you submit your application, there are reviewers like the 4 of us. They will look at your application and they will, okay, what to look at? Your English, your grammar, or what? They look at 2 criteria, 2 very important criteria. The intellectual merit of your application, and that's number 1. What does this mean? What is the definition? How to play, they want to see you in your application. You're not sitting there to defend yourself. From your writing, from your application, we would like to see that you are capable, or you show the ability to plan and to conduct research. You want to do certain research in certain area, you must have a plan in your mind, right? So in the application, we would like to see this plan. How are you going to conduct this research? We do not expect you to know the outcome of the research or to be expert, because we know that you are a student, but we expect you to know how to put a plan in your application. Number 2, to work as a member of a team and independently, meaning it's very important to have a team, to be a team player, but also from your application, we need to see that you can be independently. You are assigned a task somewhere and at some time, and you did it on your own. You were creative thinking, you have your own idea. It's not everything the advisor told you or whoever you are working with told you to do it and you did it. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for independent thinker also. So both of them. Number 3, ability to interpret and to communicate research, which means that did you go to a conference? Did you have a poster somewhere in your department at the university? Did you write a paper? All those things, this is your ability to communicate your results. So from your application, we would like to see those. Now, what does this mean? 1, 2, and 3. So here, they give you more details. So these intellectual merits include strong grades, curriculum, and GRE score. That's number 1, we look. 4.0, excellent. 3.9, 3.8, 3.75, all those, we have to see that you are academically very strong. So that's number 1. So you are submitting your transcripts, and we see your transcripts, so we get your grades from here. Awards and honors. Any award or honors, CERF, REU, all those, any other Dean's List, Governor List, all those awards, you have to put them somewhere on the application. Sometimes the students will say, we don't have much space. You have to be smart enough to put some everywhere, such that the panelists will read, when we read your application, we see it all. It doesn't have to be in the same place. We will see wherever, because we take notes. Here is one, here is another one, here is another one. So we'll see. So be smart and put everything, any award that you receive, somewhere in your application. Publication and presentation. We have a panelist here. If he doesn't see a paper from you, your application is a toast. So kind of, this is only for academic people. This is researcher, how to communicate your research. You must have presented to somebody. Poster, I myself, I like to see poster, conference paper, journal paper would be great, right? Single author, I know it's hard for undergrad students to expect single author, but at least I can see your name somewhere on the author, even in the last name, it doesn't matter. But bunch of those different variety will make me believe or us believe that you can communicate your results. Communication skills, of course, your English, writing, grammar, that has to be very good. So you will see later that we recommend that somebody to read your application. Your advisor, Dr. D. McRae, will be very happy to help, and she helped lots separate students in the past. Somebody has to read this and edit your English. Otherwise, that's not very good if you don't see this. Independence and creativity, right? It's not everything as I said, I did this, I did that, but what would you think? Show me your thinking, how creative you are, right? On your writing, on your application. Something you did, you will see in the research experience, something you did will show us this. Significant research experience, right? You can't do nothing, no research, and become applied to this. Your application will never be accepted. So you should have some research experience, undergraduate with an advisor in your department. REU, those are very, very good. And this year we have 3 REUs in this university and in other universities. So apply to those REU and get started in your research experience. Thoughtful student-originated research. This is here where the students sometimes you would like to study nanotechnology, you will go to Dr. Greg Salamo, for example, his webpage on nanotechnology, copy from that and put it there. Immediately the panelists will see this through this. This is not your writing, this is not your thinking, and that doesn't sound very good. Choice of institution. You have a plan, right? You would like to study biochemistry in Duke University. Then you have to think, who at Duke University, who's the professor at Duke University you are interested at? Why? Why did you choose that university? His lab is this, his courses is that, his experience is this, and that's something you are interested in. So this plan of thinking, put it in writing, and we will see it immediately. Okay, anyone would like to add anything more than this? Because this is another issue. So we were talking about the intellectual merits. It's all scientific. It's all about your research, your thinking, your independence, and so on. So we'd like to stop here. Do you guys have any questions before we move on to the other?
She did point out that I'm probably one of the hardest ones in terms of really looking for journal papers. But remember the first slide. If you don't have a journal paper, don't just turn around and quit. You can still get honorable mention. You're going to have 3 random people read this thing. Could easily not be me or someone who thinks like me. And there's many out there. But, I still say many of these that I read, if they don't have a journal paper, it is still a great student. And honorable mention, by the way, will be a ticket to almost any university. Even though NSF won't be funding your way, you get honorable mention, probably the university will be very happy to pay your way. So you've got a lot of reason to go for it, even if you don't have a journal paper. But if you still have time and you can get a journal paper, I think that's the point. Go for it. That's what you want to do. Just a poster. Like I got some that say, I went to an REU. Well, I run an REU, and at the end, everybody has a poster presentation. You know who they present to? Other people in the REU. That's just not the same as going to a national conference, writing a paper, and you just need to push yourself to do the best you can. But, again, I like that first slide. Don't quit. Don't think, I won't compete. You don't know. So just do the best you can.
So, okay, Dennis, do you want to add something?
Well, just add to the publication thing. If you have a conference proceedings, it's good. If you can put in the bibliography, perhaps, if they say what the acceptance rate is, because some of them are pretty hard to actually publish in, some of them are pretty easy.